important, especially those living in Queensland and New South Wales. As you would have heard and seen for yourself as you look around, things are very, very dry and a major fire risk. But throughout media, there is one thing that is not being mentioned. Myself, I have heard numerous times that the fire threat this year will be bad because of the debris from the floods. That may be part of the problem, but there is a bigger, far more serious problem than the debris. Not so long ago, there was an article in the Courier Mail with a fireman at Crow's Nest once again mentioning the flood debris. Now with this article, there was a photo. A fireman crouched down amongst the long brown grass with a sky background. I must say it was a good photo, but if only they had looked up and looked into the sky, they would have seen the problem, a very serious problem. For those of you that may have seen this photo, did you pick up or notice a cloud in the sky? That was no normal cloud. That is a haze of crap caused by chemtrails. If you know nothing of chemtrails, please start looking for yourself. Even here on my YouTube channel, DJM Skin Art, you will find info. The ingredients in these clouds can vary. One ingredient is aluminium oxide. A few years ago you may have seen the news on the fires in California. Absolutely devastating fires. To the untrained eye you could see how intense, how ferocious and how fast moving these fires were. And worst of all, how they struggled to fight them. Even recently, look at Spain, look at Russia. It was a mirror image of the California fires. Why were these fires so extreme? What they had found was a quantity of aluminium amongst the bark of these trees, which can explain why these fires were so out of control. And there's a good chance these nano-sized particles may absorb some of the aviation fuel. People, this is extremely important. Prepare yourselves, prepare your property, take this and take the advice from the authorities extremely seriously. Your life will depend on this. Myself, I don't live near bushland or forests, but I do fear for you all who live amongst bushland and forest. Just last night, after watching a news report to do with the fire risk once again, it was the talk of the flood debris. I went down to the local fire station just to ask if they realised the huge risk with the chemtrail fallout, and the fireman I spoke to didn't know what I was talking about, and worst thing, he didn't even want to know, even after I offered him a DVD that explains this crap. He just told me to write a letter to his boss. I was gobsmacked. This bloke should know, or at least just take the time to watch or listen. So that is why I'm doing this clip. I care for people and surrounds. This is a very serious problem with not many people aware of what is being sprayed in the air. People unaware of what has been sprayed in the sky and very unaware of the consequences. People, be 100% on the lookout, especially with lightning strikes. To those smokers that flick your butts out the window, you have to stop it. Think of the consequences, think of the people travelling the same piece of road. How would you feel knowing it may have been your butt that incinerated hundreds of people and gutted a town or suburb? It's time to think, it's time to stay alive. People, this is serious.
Hundreds of lives and destroying thousands of properties. Now they've been identified as a possible terror weapon by Al-Qaeda. US correspondent Angela Cox joins me now. Hello, Angela. Australia has been specifically mentioned in this publication.
Yes, that's right. And Al-Qaeda magazine, published in English online, is urging followers to start bushfires as another form of terrorism.